everybody, welcome back to another exciting unboxing time, and today, you know what time it is, you can tell by the attire and where I'm standing. Today we're here for the March 2021 Horror Pack. Ooh, no. Get a fun thumbnail out of that. So if you are curious, I have a link in the description below. Horror Pack who had a rough month or two, but then came back swinging in February. Basically, you sign up. It's about $25 a month. I believe that includes shipping. And you can choose a DVD package or a Blu Ray package. The DVD package is going to have different movies than Blu Ray. We are on Blu Ray right now. And they're going to basically curate some pretty cool horror films for you. And every month they're going to give you an exclusive release that, at least as of the time of releasing the box, this is the only place you can get that version on Blu Ray of that movie. They've actually been curating a lot of independent things too lately. Not so great all the time, but last time was freaking awesome. So that's pretty much how all that works. Am I missing anything? No. So basically we're gonna look at these. I'm gonna show you part or all of the trailer while I talk about it a little bit, and then I'm gonna give you movie reviews on all these and see what we think. And again, I have a huge movie collection of like over 7,000 titles, growing even stronger and stronger. So I usually have a lot of these. So I'm always happy if I can at least get alternate art or whatever, because I'm certainly a physical collector, especially of movies. I don't want these things getting lost to time like some things have, and it happens a lot worse with games. So I don't mind if I get duplicates as long as it's slightly different, but just know that I might get duplicates. And that's why I love doing the reviews, because in a way they're kind of forcing me to rewatch certain movies I might not be thinking of at the time. And we'll try to get Mary in on at least one of the reviews, as we always do every month. So let's see what we start with here. Today we are starting with, ooh, I do not know this one, oh boy. Child of Satan. We got Eric Roberts up in this beast here, so could be cool, I suppose. Let me show you the back. Give you that nice wide shot there. Give you a nice little zoomy into the close-up so you can see it. And then, of course, we're going to flip over and show you the cover art. The cover art's pretty cool. I know nothing about this one, too. And it says Kate Upton. Really? And Casey Clark. I'm thinking Kelly Clarkson when I read that for some reason. So that's what I think. But here we go. Knowledge leads to extinction. After an accident during her baby shower, Allison, a dedicated nurse, is rushed to the hospital. After the birth of her son, strange events emerge. Vivid dreams and unexplained killings. Ooh, fancy. This is Region A. It is not rated. It's a 96 minutes, so even if it's bad, it won't be too bad. It is dual directors of Mitesh Kumar Patel and Sam Sun, so that's kind of cool. Anybody else we know here in the credit block? Taking a quick look through, I do not know the music. Eric Roberts is an associate producer, as well as, oh wait, no, I'm reading that wrong. Okay, so he's not an associate producer. Fine. Nobody else name-wise really popping out on the back of the block. I don't see any special features. This is from Cinedigm and ITN Distribution. Okay. Well, hey, at least it's something I definitely don't have, because I've never in my life heard about it, so that's pretty cool, too. You hear a little rattling in the background. I'm doing my thing where I try to see just the tiniest bit of the spine, just to make sure I open things in the correct order, and I've got it. Cool. So, yeah, I don't really know what to tell you about this. I think my favorite thing I've ever seen Eric Roberts in is probably going to be as the Master in the American Doctor Who. I'm not saying it was good, I'm just saying it's my favorite thing I enjoy him in. The best thing he's probably ever been in was The Dark Knight. I think a lot of people forget that, but he was in The Dark Knight. And again, I don't really hate Eric Roberts. I can enjoy him. I think he's one of those actors, he just works. He works. And because of that, a lot of stuff he ends up in is not great, and he's not great in it. But every once in a while, he gets a hidden gem and does something really, really cool and really enjoyable, and I can quite appreciate that. If that's the Kate Upton I'm thinking of, I have no idea who Kate Upton is. I just know I hear about her all the time. Like, I guess like in the gossip area of things. So is she like a British royal or a model or a... Why do I know the name Kate Upton? Why have I always heard that? And is this the same Kate Upton? Because I could see her being in a movie of this caliber, like trying to start out, get her foot in the door or something, but I don't know. So, and then I don't know who the hell Casey Clark is, at least not by name. I might recognize them. I don't recognize anybody on the back of the box. There's not a lot to look at here other than Eric Roberts getting strangled as a priest. He's probably like, harder, daddy. Okay, all right. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. All right, that's probably that. We probably covered that trailer there, so that's probably gonna be, that's my anticipation. I could be wrong. I'm often pleasantly surprised by these. So let's see what movie we got next here. Next up we have, ooh, another one This is vaguely familiar, but I don't have this. Killer Movie, Fear Reality. Got Jason Landon in there, Kaylee Cuoco, oh, Harley Quinn. Nice, Leighton Meester. This is vaguely familiar, like I remember hearing about this coming out, but I don't know it. So hey, we're 2 for 2 actually, so at least 3 of these I'm not gonna have these versions of, so that's cool. Let's just hope they're decent movies. We hope we don't have a repeat of January's box, because whew. All right, so there's the back in its full glory. And here's the nice little close-up bit. So this has potential. At least it looks like it has a little bit of a higher production value than some things, you know. Not that that makes a movie bad. I didn't show you the spine on the other one, but... And then here is the front. Take a nice long look at that sucker. And I'll give you the nice little close-up look here. All right, and here we go. Fear Reality. In the world of reality TV, producer Seton Brookstone, that's a name, played by Nestor Carbonell, that's a name, is used to handling spoiled celebrities, testy crews, so they're all like a crew of testicles, and unexpected setbacks. But no one is prepared when the shooting crew finds itself stranded in the remote northern town of redacted because there's a sticker covering it, with a killer on the loose. As past suspicions, betrayals, and secrets are revealed, the nightmare of shooting this reality show becomes all too real for director Jake Tanner, excuse me, played by Paul Wesley. His crew, his star, Hollywood celebrity Blanca Champion by Kelly Cuoco. Special features include behind the scenes of Killer Movie and a theatrical trailer. It is 16:9. It is 91 minutes. It is apparently unrated. No, it is rated R. All right. Phase 4 films, written and directed by Jeff Fisher. Let's see if I recognize any other names in here. Oh, there's Tori DeVito. Is that like DeVito's kid or something? Andy Fisher-Price. That's kind of an unfortunate name. I guess it's memorable at least. There's a pretty big cast in here. JC Chazes, we got one of the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. I'm sorry, Cindy, don't get mad. I don't know. So there's that at least. Production crew-wise and stuff, nobody too terribly that I'm familiar with. Okay. I don't know. I figured this one might be kind of cool. This might be the one Mary be down for, mostly because of Kaylee. And even though it is rated R and it's like slasher, it's probably going to have some stabby violence. I don't get the vibe from this that it's going to be really gruesome in its kills. I could be completely and totally wrong about that, but that's just what I'm thinking from looking it over, so that's a possible one she might want to check out. And Jason London is fun to watch, so if that's who I'm thinking it is. And I love movies about movies and movies about behind the scenes and production and all that too, so that's probably going to be a decent time for me. Again, I don't have huge expectations out of that one, but it could be pretty cool. We'll find out. All right, that's probably enough time for the trailer. Let's give that like 2-3 more seconds just in case. Instead of aiming for 3 minutes at a time, I'm aiming for 2.5 now. If I have to cut off a trailer, I have to cut off a trailer. All right, now we're on to something that's going to be likely I already have it because it's in a slipcover. And if it's in a slipcover, that means it was a big enough deal in the release that I probably own it. I could be totally wrong with that theory, but let's see, because I can't have a horror pack where I don't have anything in it. That'd be so weird. We have, wait, is this the one? Which one is the, oh God. I have to watch this again. Eesh. I am a huge fan of this franchise, but not this entry. We have Critters Attacks. Yeah, I definitely have this one. Oh boy. All right, well, let's get it over with. Here's the back of the box. This was so bad. So bad. And I love the first 4 Critters movies. I haven't gotten to watch the Shudder series yet, but this is like Horror Pack's April Fool's joke on me, even though this isn't April in this box. But and then here's the front. I guess I should actually, hold on, let me take the slipcover off too. There might be more information on the back. Yeah, credit block. And then there's the front. Actually, let me show you the credit block in case you want to see that information. Whew. All right, here we go. The Critters are back. unfortunately. Mysterious alien critters have crash landed in a small college town, devouring every living thing they encounter. Drea and the kids she's babysitting must try desperately to save themselves from the ravenous rolling beasts. Will Drea discover her inner badass, and will it be enough to stop the critter onslaught? I would say it's a mercifully short 89 minutes, but honestly, that's not short enough. I really disliked this movie. Maybe I'll enjoy it more on this viewing. Who knows? So it is rated R. I mean, they did bring back, Dee Wallace, but not well. I don't like what they did with her character. This does include some special features, engineering gore, designing the critters, cast and crew explain what inspired the design and details on the critters' puppets. Critters, an out-of-this-world experience, cast and crew describe working with the puppets on set. The Critter Ball, director Bobby Miller shares details on the inspiration for and creation of the Critter Ball. Fight scene commentary, playful scene-specific commentary with Miller and a critter. Alright, who else is in there? What do we got? I'm reading through. Dee Wallace is the only big name in there. And reading through the crew stuff, not a lot going on in the crew. It is directed by Bobby Miller. I already said it was R-rated. It's already too long. I almost wonder if Mary would watch this. I don't know that you really need the context of the original Critters, but it'd be better if she were to have drinks and watch this with me, so at least we could just kind of riff on it throughout and maybe actually survive watching that movie for a second time. Now, some people out there are going to love it, and that's fine. Opinions are opinions, man. We all get to have them. I like that they're diverse and different. But, so if you loved this movie, I'm sorry to be a downer on it, but I did not love this movie. Whew. It was not. And we're coming from a franchise that's not absolutely stellar to begin with, outside of, maybe arguably the first couple of entries. But, whew, that is going to be a rough rewatch for me. I am... What was in January's box? Can I watch those again? Oh my, oh me, oh my. All right, well hopefully the trailer's pretty short, and hopefully we left enough time for that. And now we can get into the exclusive. Hey, nothing in here from Raven's Banner this time. Or Raven Runner, what is it? Raven's Banner, right? That's kind of interesting. Maybe this one is, so. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Let's finish this off. Let's see what the exclusive is. And, okay. And I forgot to say, how's the art going to be? It's not as good as last time. It's better than their usual art. I will give it to them on that. We do have Horror Pack release number 57 here. And this one actually looks like it's got some potential to be something pretty good. So let's take a look at it and see what we think here. Here's the back. As you can see, it's a little bit better. They do have a credit block. They have their information. Probably could have done a little bit of design here, even with just a grid or something to fill out this negative space. Logos. You get some good pictures. They're obviously actual set photography, or maybe if it is on film, higher resolution grabs. This is a little bit low resolution, but not as bad as we've seen in the past, so there is all of that. You do get Horror Pack 57. The front art is obviously like the movie's poster, and that's not bad. I can work with that. I'm pretty happy with that. So let me run you through this in case you want to get a closer look, and then we'll read it, and we'll try and play a trailer for it, and see what we think. So we're almost there. All right, and here we go. Spring break for 7 college students is derailed with one wrong turn. A flat tire on a deserted road leaves them stranded after dark in the company of a menacing drifter who may or may not be trying to help. As night falls and friends start to disappear, those that remain are forced to head into the open desert to find help or become the victims of an unseen killer. 1080p, 5.1 surround, 87 minutes, not rated. Copyright, Why Not Coco Inc. This is from 2014. I have a feeling I'm not going to recognize any names in this, but I am skimming through them. Jesse James Youngblood. Now that rings a bell mostly because of Jesse Youngblood was a character in this series called Girl Scene that I did the original first series of. I was the director, editor, executive producer, a whole bunch of stuff on there with Nick Brown and Tucky Williams. But my favorite character was named Jesse Youngblood. That's why. I don't think that's who this is. Anybody else? Let's see. No, I am really not recognizing any names in here at all. That doesn't surprise me. I don't know everybody in the indie scene. And this is directed by Rico Johnson. So, okay. Now, I will give Horror Pack some kudos here because, again, front of the box, back of the box is better, but there's definitely still some low-quality printing going on, or at least something is not being built in their Photoshop or their Illustrator, whatever they're using, to be at the higher resolution it needs to be printed at. In the back, y'all need to be working at a 300 DPI at least, just FYI. But yeah. Again, this clearly not as cool as last month's, but clearly nowhere near as bad as like January's was. So fingers crossed that this will be a pretty good one. I have a feeling that's definitely one that just I am watching, no Mary, and that is gonna be my guess. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm glad everybody appreciated my pantomiming last month. Hopefully this month we don't have that problem. But I had fun doing that. I kind of want to do all unboxings like that now, but I won't. All right, so that is that. Yeah, you think we have enough time for the trailer? Trailer's probably not any longer than 2 minutes, I'm guessing. I could give it 5 more seconds here just to make sure my beautiful face is back on camera. Sure, and then I can cut off the trailer if it's not. So, yeah. Whew. I'm excited for 3 of these. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's watch. Okay, so, Child of Satan. This was awful. This was, I don't like saying this about movies, but it was kind of garbage. Like cinematography and production design, all that stuff's fine, but the visual effects are horrible, the writing's horrible, I didn't care about any of the characters, the story's dumb. Eric Roberts is trying, but he's not given much to do here. There's some awful lines of dialogue here and there as well. I can't remember anything too specific. Now, I might also be being a bit harsher on this one because I just came off the run of watching all these Oscar Academy-nominated films, and I wasn't looking for that in a movie like this for sure. But after watching so many expertly crafted works of cinematic art, I might be being a little bit harsher on something like this that is just not well thought out. Kind of pointless. Not, I mean, no movie is actually pointless. Art needs to exist. But, I mean, the story here is like nothing of a story that we've seen 1,000 times before, done 1,000 times better in 1,000 different ways. About like possession and weirdness. And even the way the possessions work, it's just random and strange. And, I mean, it's just bad. It's boring. I was so happy when this was over. I was really happy when it was over. I mean, like, the main dude is annoying as can be. Not a character I would care about whatsoever. And he's very, like, stereotype, And I mean, again, they start him off like he's cheating on his wife, so it's like, already, you hate that guy. The wife is just, again, clearly the women roles have been written by a man with not a lot of experience with women. I'm going to see if I'm correct about that. Let's see, where's the writer on this? Is there a writer on this? Seriously, is there a writer on this? Wondering if the writer took their name off. Oh, there we go. Story and screenplay, Lekhraj Patel. That sounds potentially dude-like. I could be wrong, but that's what it felt like anyways. The women characters in this were not realistically portrayed at all. And there's just some really bad jokes, like off-color, like they really shouldn't be in here. And I mean, from start to finish, I was just like, please be over, please be over, please be over. And then finally it was. Even though it is a short-ish 96 minutes, it certainly didn't feel short. It drags and drags and drags. It's just not good. And there's characters that pop out of this thing and then pop back up and are never explained. There's this one car crash thing with like some of the worst effects I've ever seen. Like, and some of this stuff is just, with a couple extra camera setups or even like handheld insert shots and doing a little bit more chop in the edit, you could have made certain elements of this work better than it does, but they do not. Again, they had a competent cinematographer. That's about all I can really say. That and Eric Roberts, bless his heart, he was trying. I mean, I think he's one of those guys, he just likes to work. He takes all the work he can get, and most of the work, unfortunately, offered his way is not good to begin with, but he will put in his work to make the best of what he's given to work with. So I do got mad love for him. So I just wish he had been in the movie more. I think he was in like 2-3 scenes.
through the whole thing. And then there's these weird, almost like possessed, like they can't tonally decide if they want to be like a Reanimator tone. Not that they would ever come to the glory or heights of a film like that. Yeah, it was just bad. I don't have a lot to say about it. It was just bad. And I was so disengaged and checked out from it. I don't even have a lot of details to talk about. But yeah, I'm hoping this is the worst of the bunch. I guess I have seen Critters. I'm about to go watch it again in a minute. I think I'm watching one, then I'll watch that with Mary. We're going to get drunk for that. I think I'd rather watch Critters than this. At least Critters, like, tries. This movie, I don't know what this movie is. But yeah, that's a total pass. That's a total pass for me. Let's hope the rest of this month's horror pack. This is the first one I watched. I don't know. I'm not watching in order. Let's just hope the rest of this month's horror pack is a better time. Fingers crossed. I'm going to find out. I got to watch all 3 movies today. Look who's here.
Hi.
It's not even Critters time yet. We're talking about Killer Movie. Oh no, it replayed. Okay, I was like, wait, there's like a post credit scene. Anyways, I got Mary in on Killer Movie. Hi, Pauline.
He's finally said come down.
He thinks it's nom time, but we gotta watch Critters Attack. Mary decided to watch Killer Movie with me. Sorry, she'll be back in the review in just a second. It doesn't surprise me because this one looked like it was kind of something she could enjoy, and definitely I'd say that this is one you kind of, right?
Yeah.
Like, at least on the horror side, it didn't get too gruesome or graphic. There was like one thing maybe, and even that was pretty brief. But
well, it had Kaylee Coco.
However you say it, Kuko, Big Bang Harley. Big Bang Harley.
And it had
Big Bang Harley.
Nestor, guy from Lost that had really pretty eyes.
Well, and he is also still wearing his guy liner in this video. I noticed since you mentioned it.
I think it's just that he has really good lashes and he wears mascara.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I happen to notice that he does that, and it does make his eyes pop. Also, and I keep forgetting Mary hasn't seen the early Kevin Smith movies, which we need to rectify. It has Jason London. It has Mallrats pretending he is Randall from Clerks. He's channeling that performance. And it was pretty great. Overall, listen, so far this is the second movie of the box I've watched. I don't know what order these reviews are happening in. The first movie I watched was so awful that this was such a lovely, happier surprise. Granted, we were about to watch Critters next. Yeah. So, but this was enjoyable. They did a pretty good job of like taking out the internet and cell phone area of it by setting it in such a rural town, and they set all that up pretty well.
Yeah.
I think they had a neat idea for a killer. It hasn't been done too much in terms of a killer putting a camera on his shoulder and kind of making his own reality show out of it, considering this is a 2008 film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably been done a few more times since this. It's nowhere near like the rise and fall of, Behind the Mask, the rise and fall of Leslie Vernon, or the rise of Leslie Vernon, which is awesome. If you haven't seen that, sorry, I just need to switch my hands here on occasion. But, I mean, the characters were interesting enough. They were well defined. You loved some, you hated some. The pacing was good. It never really gets dull.
Yeah.
We went through a few guesses on who done it, who the killer was. At the end of the day, most of them are wrong. Not going to spoil it.
I think I kind of hit up on it.
Well, you kind of did, but I kept using my horror movie knowledge, but that bit me in the butt in the end because without getting too into it, not really spoiling, but unfortunately, it's a little disappointing in the ending because it's one of those, oh, well, that was like obvious. like too obvious to be the actual answer, but then it was the actual answer, and it's like, oh,
but
that's
we did
disappointing.
go through quite a sense of, oh, it must be this person, and then they get killed.
Right.
And we're like, oh,
Which,
well, it must be this person then.
Yeah, exactly.
And they get killed. Right. Well then.
Mm-hmm. And I think that absolutely works for the movie. I mean, like, I would watch this again. This was enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the best movie I've ever seen. I've seen this kind of movie done better. But it has a cool soundtrack. It's got a great cast. Like, all the people, whether you know them or not, are very interesting. The location, cinematography, all that kind of stuff. I love the character of Daphne. She reminds me, it took me forever to figure out what she reminds me of. She reminds me of Amanda Seyfried as Linda Lovelace in Loveless, but with an extreme version of Jackie Mila Kunis's voice from that 70s show. I know that's a big hodgepodge, but that's what it reminded me of. Our main producer reminds me a bit of Maggie from The Walking Dead. It's a bunch of people that remind you of people from other things. Mm-hmm. And our lead character, who looks like he stole David Boreanaz's chin and Sam Witwer's eyes, according to Mary on the eyes. He's gone on to direct. He directed like a recent episode of Batwoman, so that's kind of interesting. I had to check IMDb. It was driving me nuts. You got JC Chazez, whatever, NSYNC.
Yeah.
And again, as a filmmaker, as a guy who has worked on reality, like actual reality TV shows, I have been a PA on a few episodes of Eliminate, for those of you that remember that show, which was an eye-opening experience for me. And I've just, I've done a little bit of stuff like that here and there. I think they nailed a lot of that stuff, a lot of the attitudes, a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of how it works. Not all of it, but a lot of it. The tabloid stuff, Kaylee was great. They do a lot of good, like, what would you do in this situation stuff. And for the most part, I think most of the time the people made the right decisions, or at least made realistic.
You spent a lot of time bitching about decisions people made.
Not a lot, but there was a few times. But again, what I was going to add, what I was going to qualify that with, is it's easy to, like, sit on a couch not panicked in the experience actually happening and being like, well, here's what you should do, versus how people would actually react. So that's why I was giving it props, even though you're right. I was complaining, like, this is, like, at one point it's like, this is the time to stab the killer, not run away, things like that. But it's like, but in the heat of the moment.
Finish him.
Right, exactly. But yeah, this was enjoyable. I liked this. I'm disappointed in the ending, but other than that, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Something about the ending made me, and this won't make any sense to Mary, but it made me want to go rewatch Return to Horror High. I haven't seen that in forever. It's like George Clooney's first movie, I think. He's like in 2 scenes. It's not like his movie, but because I think that's where they were making a movie about a murder in a high school. So I think that's where I'm getting some minor parallels. But yeah, no, it's a good time. It moved really well. I really enjoyed this. This was a good get. This is one I never would have found on my own. I missed when it came out. So it's like, okay, I'm happy I watched that. I enjoyed that. That was a good time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
And that's the real surprise here, which is great. I love that I'm finding some horror.
Rewatch it again, but I did not regret watching. I did not regret sitting down to watch it. Let's put it that way.
That's fair. Maybe if I just sit forward enough, then I can get the light on your face. What it is you get all relaxed. You get to be like, because you're not holding the camera, and then I'm like,
I look good in the shadow. Don't worry about it.
You look better in the light, though. Look at that pretty lady. Ooh, she just winked at me, not you. That was for me. But yeah, no, this is a really good time. Now we got to make stronger drinks and watch critters attack.
And look how pretty those eyes are.
His eyes are pretty. Not his eyes, but his eyes. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next movie. I don't know. Let me just, in case you didn't see what I was wearing in the Oscar stream the other night. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, here, I dropped that flex. Stupid. All right, we're moving on. Oh, we had to put Aaron away, though. He was
acting up.
He was becoming a bit of a distraction. He likes to run behind where all the cables are that aren't terribly secure yet, because we're still fixing stuff. And it's like, bro, you can't go back there. Anyways, that's it. We're moving on. Next movie.
I wonder if they can hear him purring.
That's why I was doing it. Hi, everybody. That's about to be the best part of what you're going to see over the next few minutes. It's because we just watched Critters Attack.
It was bad, man. Oh, and it's starting over again?
No, I think that's just the logo of the company. So Mary hasn't really ever seen the Critters movies, but I gave her a bit of a brief history before we started, and then she kind of realized it sounded familiar. She's seen the nostalgia critic to the original Critters. So she had some context of what's going on. But before I say anything, hey Mary, what'd you think about Critters Attacks?
It was pretty bad. Like so many writers' convenience that made no sense whatsoever.
How many times are they trying to explain something to someone and you're saying, show them the queen?
Yeah, it's just like, you have the alien in your backpack. Just go, hey, everybody, meet Bianca. She's an alien.
How many times would that have changed the conversation and saved the day?
Yeah.
I think I hate this movie more I talked about going into this with like vastly lowered expectations. No, I think I hate it more. Like I'm legitimately almost hating this movie.
I have a question.
Okay.
So if you encountered a creature that you had never seen before, and you're sitting here going like, I don't think that's a thing. I'm gonna guess your first intention would be like, nope, and go away.
Well, yeah, because I've seen enough horror movies and movies like this to know. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
And then if I had to go tell like a police person or someone who, is skeptical, you know what I wouldn't do? Is start going on about aliens are real. They're aliens, man. I would be like some kind of fucking rabid animal, man. I don't know.
Yeah, at best you would picture right away.
Even, but you know what? I've seen too many horror movies. I ain't stopping to take a fucking picture. But you're right. I'd be like, I don't know, dude. Like it was like a fucking possum or something. I don't know. It was rabid. It was attacking. I got out of there. But there's a swarm of out of control creatures I've never seen before, which sounds a lot more sane than aliens are here and they're killing us all.
I think I've been like, you know what a tribble is, right? Imagine like a really nasty face with a shit ton of teeth.
But I mean, you could even get away with being like, it's a rabid possum, because like the quill kind of backs and all that kind of stuff,
No, I know possums and.
Well, yeah, you do,
like
but
a possum to me.
I mean, I'm just saying, I know, but you're more of an animal knowing person. But like, if I had to run into a police station and they don't believe me, I would not be being like, motherfucking aliens, when I have no fucking proof of any of that. And even if I had proof of that, I would know they aren't going to believe that. I'd be like, it is an animal. It was dark. It was aggressive. I saw that it had eaten a human fucking being. I got the fuck out of there. And I'm telling you all now because it's your job to go find out what the fuck's going on, not mine. But something happened. There's a dead person and it was being eaten by a fuzzy little creature.
Aaron, what'd you do this time?
Aaron's been a bit of a terror.
Aaron has been.
But we love him.
My nickname from when I'm talking to the other cats is I call him the Tiny Terror because he's this kind of terrorized the older cats.
And again, we love this little guy, but there's a big age difference. We're looking at, we got to get him a playmate because holy shit. But anyway, so back to Critters. So many stupid things. I'm just gonna spoil it. By the way, just spoilers. Because fuck this movie. Don't waste your time. Like even as like a bad time, enjoyable movie. No. I don't know if Abbott watches the Horror Pack videos, but Abbott will appreciate, as annoyed as I am with the lead character in Walking Dead World Beyond, that's kind of who this character is, but like 10 times more annoying. Cardboard characters. Why did the Krites hit them with the paralyzing darts that didn't paralyze them?
Yeah.
Why did the kid leave the dart in his neck all that time?
I kind of feel like our babysitter, I think she was doing the best she could with what she was given.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Because she went to her Uncle Cop and was like, it's aliens, because my brother says it's aliens. Before you even get to the thing you're going to maybe say, again, my thing about, no, it's a creature. You don't know what it is. It's something eating people. But then as Mary points out, they fucking had Bianca. They could have shown him Bianca and been like, what is this?
Can I clarify what I was saying?
Sorry, I'm just mad.
Understood?
Maybe not, but I'm mad about
saying
this.
The actress was doing the best she could with what she had.
You know what? I will give you that. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just mad about the movie itself. But I do think, okay, fair enough. The people involved, like the performers and stuff, I'm not shitting on them. They weren't bad. They did a really good job given the material they had to work with. You're absolutely right. That should be pointed out. So if any of them ever see this, I want you to know, like, we're not shitting on y'all. Y'all did what you could with it.
Now,
I'm shitting on the writing and the directing.
That being said, what do you think about Angie, what's-her-face from the first movie?
Dee Wallace Stone, who is fucking awesome, and she was there when I watched Doug Bradley eat his first ever White Castle. I believe she's the one that went out and got them for him, which is just a story I'll always cherish, and she's a sweetheart. And again, like you said with the other actors, she's doing a fantastic job with what she has. But my God, I'm trying to find a sneeze too. Achoo, and failing.
Totally stopped it right now.
when the fuck did she become a bounty hunter? Like, I remember the first movie. I know Ugg and Lee, they were bounty hunters, intergalactic bounty. I know my Critters mythology.
Was the web series before or after this movie?
I don't think I have not seen the web series. I will tell you that. I think they're two different things. They happened about the same time.
Well, okay. So
I think one goes continuity in one way. This goes continuity in another. I don't think they...
Because I'm just wondering if there was a web series around the same time, maybe it explains what's up with Auntie.
Possibly, but she's not in the web series. And my understanding, please tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I need to watch the web series, whether it's good or bad. Can't be as bad as this. And again, it's not like this was like...
Challenge accepted.
It's not like this was shitty. Like, it's well made. Like, I know I bitched about the director. Like, I mean, like, it's well shot. It flows. It's got good editing. It's well, you know, like the lighting and everything. All that stuff is well done. I'm not crapping on that. It's really just like the story, man. The story, like this feels like it had to be a different script that somebody's like, oh, what if we make it Critters and put D. Wallace Stone in it so we have a returning character that makes no sense for her to be the returning character. And even the concept of what they wanted to do with her coming back is like now she's a bounty hunter because she survived all that. Cool. I could get on board with that idea. But my God, you better develop it than what they developed here.
It's a very half-baked geriatric badass trope, basically.
Yes, but half-baked being the key words you just used there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think you have things like the Expendables and whatnot that became really popular.
Oh, and the idea of her coming back and doing all that, that's what I'm saying. The concept of that could have been fucking great. The execution is horrible. They oh yeah, we'll just write her in. There's like no fucking thought going into why or how or what the backstory is there. There's no hints of her history, how she got there. Why the fuck is her bounty hunter guns so drastically different from the bounty hunter guns we saw in the whole Critters series? I mean, if they had the money to put that gun together, they could have put a more accurate gun together. They've missed on like the whole phallic joke and like there's a lot of subtleties in the original couple of Critters movies, particularly the first two, subtext that this movie seems to have not ever understood. I know, Mary, it's running a little late. Mary's like crashing, but at the same time...
I'm also two drinks on a school night.
I know.
Oh shit, it's 1:30.
Yeah, things got way later than I know. Hi, Harry.
Oh.
Settling into both of our laps. This is his new thing. He likes to sit kind of on me and mommy too. Sorry, buddy. You just lay there and be cute, little dude. Listen, I could rant and rave. Oh, we're in the behind the scenes. I thought, wait, is there a post-credit scene where they're autopsying a crite? Yeah, there's just a lot of shit in here. They don't, like, why is the critter with like the hair off his head gone? What is this stupid thing about sound blowing them up? Like, that was never a thing. That was never a thing. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, so much bullshit. So little time. They didn't get the humor. They didn't get the concept. They didn't stay... And again, even if they wanted to go outside of the continuity of the original movies, by bringing in one of the original characters, then it needs to connect with the continuity. And it doesn't. And that pisses me off. No Charlie mention. No reference to Ugg or Lee or any of that stuff. I mean, again, the effects are good. The effects are good when they do them right. You can tell it's low budget, but are we about to see? No, see, they're showing footage from the earlier movies in the behind the scenes because they don't want to show their footage. But yeah, listen, I thought maybe going in with such low expectations I could enjoy this. I can't. Mary's dying.
I am dying. Right, because I can't breathe. Oh god. Because
it's going right up your nose. That's rude. Okay.
Yeah. Can we wrap this up? I think we said everything we need to say.
Fuck this movie. I hope I never have to watch it again. I own 2 open copies now too because I couldn't find my other copy. Definitely selling this. I'm glad I watched it. I never want to watch it again. All right. Yeah, she is legit. Like, okay.
I'm done. You keep carrying on without me. I'm getting up.
You're gonna get up. You're gonna dislodge this very, very cute little boy here. He's so happy.
to be half on mommy, mostly on dad. I mean, mostly on mommy, a little bit on daddy. Look, he's smiling, he's closing his eyes, he's drifting and smiling. Yeah, aw. Okay, that's it. No, I have another movie to watch. I still have one more horror pack. I have to watch the exclusive. Which with horror pack exclusives, oh boy, is this gonna be worse? I hope not. Hey, Killer movie was cool. I don't know if we've done that review yet. All right, shut up, Eric. All right, I'll go. Bye, everybody. Next movie.
Bye.
All right, I just watched After Dark, the horror pack exclusive. Just when I thought this month's horror pack couldn't get much worse than, say, a Critters Attacks or a Satan's Child or whatever the fuck the first movie was. Oh yeah, no, it gets worse. Well, not worse. About as bad, just more bad. All right, the positive. The actors in this, for the most part, actually pretty good. They're not given great material to work with, but all things considered, they're doing a pretty good job with what they are working with. They feel fairly realistic in their characters, even though the characters aren't written very realistically. They're very much cliche stereotypes. But just story-wise, I mean, cinematography, stuff like that in here, it's not great, it's not terrible, it's passable. But, and it's not like it's boring, like it's not slow or dull. It moves pretty well, it's mixed fairly well and all that. So in all those regards, it works all right. But this is really a failure of story. So I'm gonna try not to do this with the spoilers, but I may have to get mildly spoilery at some point. One thing I will tell you, and this is not really a spoiler at all, because there's a killer, killer stalking people. As a lot of horror movies happen, by the end there's a point when the killer is dead. Maybe not. Just saying, there's a movie. But it has definitely been a crime scene, theoretically. But like a coroner or a body disposal guy shows up and no one else is at the scene. And he's on the phone like, I thought you told me there was gonna be body parts here. You know what? I'm getting out of here. It's creepy. I'm like, how are you showing up and there's no one? There's no police tape, nothing. And I thought maybe they were doing the cliche of, things disappeared. But then it's like, no, apparently stuff was still there because of the jump scare at the end. It's like, but then how, who, where? There's characterizations that are messed up in here. Some obvious stuff. No one in this is likable. No one's likable in this at all. Even the douches are like super douchey. Like it's that really bad writing of, you know what, I'll make him do this thing that's no longer socially acceptable because that'll make him a douche. But like the obvious thing to do, it's like so obvious. And then like fights with cousins. And then they do the sense of they're going to play with who the killer is. And maybe the killer is who you think it is or who it isn't. And what little they do is actually very cliche. I would say the surprise is that you're never going to guess who the killer is. Because maybe you aren't actually supposed to, or maybe you are supposed to. Okay. One or two twists in this, There's a scene too with the douchey douche. He's going to have sex with this lady, and there's a whole thing about condoms, and he didn't bring one, but he's going to run back to the truck and get it. And so vaguely spoiler, there's a sex scene, right? Or almost sex scene. And these teenagers are gonna have sex. Of course, the dude didn't bring a condom. They've wandered off from the truck and whatnot. He's like, oh, just do this. He's like, no, listen, no condom, you ain't doing this. Which, okay, cool. So he's like panicked, like, fuck. No, just stay cool, stay in the, I'm gonna run back to the car and get one. Okay, so he's excited to do it. He's like, fuck it, I didn't want to do this, but I'll do that because I want to have this sex, right? And then one of his buddies back there is like, oh, this is the perfect time to scare her then. Okay, a buddy could do that. But then the guy who was so excited that he did run back to get a condom is like, you know what? This probably means I won't get anything, but it's worth it. What? Just absolutely inconsistent, inaccurate motivations all throughout the film. That's a pretty prime example, a very standout example, but like that's all through it. That's all through it. There's some things that are very obvious. There's some weird shot selections, some camera moves where it gets handheld and super choppy and cutty. That's very, very strange. You know, I don't know. It's just, this was dumb. This was not a great month for Horror Pack. Killer Movie was actually surprisingly pretty fun. That one, other than, and again, even the ending is not that bad, but that was pretty fun. Critters Attack, still really bad. Even you know, and Satan's Child, really bad. And After Dark, really bad. I don't think it's as bad as like the January box or whatever it was recently, because at least this had some redeeming qualities. Even in the bad films, there was at least a little thing here or there that was enjoyable. This After Dark, it could have been a lot cooler. There's so much more they could have done. There is legitimately, I'm not going to spoil this, but there's one actual kind of jaw-dropping moment early that had me like, whoa. Like, I kind of set up with interest, like, oh, okay. Now we're doing something. Of course, it doesn't pan out in any interesting way. Keep it non-spoilery. So then it's back to, okay, back to cliche, standard, fair land. Yeah. It's also one of those weird menus where it's like, play movie with a 5.1 surround mix, or play movie with a 2.0 surround mix, and then there's a main menu button, and it's like, ooh, you don't usually, I don't know, hold on, what's in the main menu? Okay, there is a special features. All right, forget what I was saying about that. It is one of those menus where, as I'm jumping back and forth between play movie and special features, there's no indicator which button I'm on. And when I try to use an arrow key, I just get a little, nope, nothing can happen. An enter key. Wait, so from this menu, I can't even play the movie. Who is authoring these menus? I'm not sure that this was actually Horror Pack authored, because there's no Horror Pack logos or artwork anywhere in the menu or before the movie. So yeah, now you go to the main menu and you're stuck. You can't even choose the movie or special features or anything. Wow. Horror Pack, come on, Horror Pack, be better. You're better than this. There's so much great stuff out there. And I know licensing rights is difficult, but Jesus. Fucking Jesus. Anyways, I gotta go edit this video. This was weak. This was so fucking weak. I'm less excited to open I'm less excited to open the April box that I just got the other day. Oh well. Maybe it's one less video I have to make in the future. As you may know, I'm trying to cut back I'm trying to cut back a lot on my videos. I'm trying to go down from 20. I'm trying to cut my videos in half. I was hitting almost 28 videos a week between Patreon, YouTube memberships, and here. I'd like to get that down to 14 at least, so I can go make some goddamn music. I don't know why I didn't swear. Goddamn music. Some cool shit coming to Patreon with that, by the way. But whatever. All right, I'm glad I wasted my time, and it's almost 5 a.m. He said sarcastically. Let me go edit. Thanks, everybody. Let's finish this unboxing.
I can't believe I had to sit through this again. Never again. Of these three, I think After Dark is likely to have been my favorite. Obviously, I'm recording the unboxing before I watch them. Maybe Killer Movie, and this is probably the weakest of the three. This is obviously the weakest of the box, in my opinions, and my opinions only. But there we go, that is Horror Pack for March 2021. What do y'all think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did you like these movies? Did you see these movies? Did you get anything different? I know sometimes our Canadian friends get a different copy of something because of rights issues. So let me know, geek out with us in the comments. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You want more movie reviews and more mischief, by the way, there's also a join button for YouTube memberships down there. Patreon is $1 a month, an extra video every day. You're getting a lot of fun stuff over there. It's a steal of a deal. We have a merch store link and a Discord link down there as well. We talk movies over there all the damn time. So come on over and join that. And of course, click that thumbs up button. Give us that good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. But that's it, I guess. I'm gonna get on out of here so I can go watch some more stuff. And I'll see you all later.